Hi everyone, Moncherie here. Welcome to my channel. I'm excited that I have a guest with me today. And why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Caleb Commodore, and I'm about to turn 15 in about 6 days. I am in the 9th grade. I'm a freshman now.
Awesome. Thank you, Caleb. And Caleb is my son. So today we wanted to do a review of Inside Out 2 and some of the discussions that we've been having as a family. So I have a couple of questions that we're going to ask each other and then kind of see where the conversation goes. So Caleb, what character or emotion did you identify with most in Inside Out 2, and then why?
Well, the character I believe I am in Inside Out 2 is anxiety, because I mostly feel anxious, like almost like maybe every day at school when something goes wrong, or when I think of something that's about to go wrong.
Okay. And then, well, maybe I'll say what character I identify with and we'll circle back with your response.
Okay, what's yours?
So for me, it would be sadness. Sometimes I feel pretty alone
And left out?
and left out. And sometimes I do cry, which makes me feel better. But yeah, that's the one that I identify with most. I was gonna ask, so you're saying that you identify with anxiety. What were some things that Riley did in the movie that helped get her out of the spin and the whirlwind of anxiety?
Like the anxiety attack?
Yeah, what did she do?
Well, all the characters just hugged like each other with like huggers. Actually, Joy actually hugged himself, and that's when everyone else came in and hugged together at around the circle, and that's what caused them to calm down and heart repulsive ending more slowly and calmly.
Yeah. And then I remember, you remember like Riley, she ended up touching where she was sitting and she started to take deeper breaths to help her calm down as well.
Yeah.
Okay. What are some things that you do to help calm yourself if you're anxious?
Well, I actually just think of some things that I like about myself. And I also like play with some of my fidgets at school that are kind of fun and stress releasing.
Okay. Okay. And then for me, if I'm experiencing sadness, and I mentioned this, sometimes I cry as a release and I feel better. And we know that that's something that sadness did in the movie, right? She was crying. And I ask for hugs. And you give me hugs all the time. Okay. I have a question here. So maybe I'll ask you, what do you think my second most common emotion is? What do you think my second most common?
Maybe you're anxious too.
Yeah. I could see that. Yep. I do sometimes worry about life and you and, think about the future and also think about the past as well. Okay.
Oh, and I think my second most common emotion is joy, because I am almost everything, like almost all the time.
Yes, you are.
Oh, and can I ask you another question?
Yeah.
What emotion are you least mostly common at Inside Out 2?
Maybe embarrassment.
I less feel embarrassed too. Any others?
Hmm. You know, one that I thought, Caleb, that I am is nostalgia. And that's about reminiscing or holding on to the past. And I thought about that. I was like, that is something that I'm working on. But something that I do, think about the past.
You know what other kinds of also I less feel?
What?
I less feel maybe envy and maybe ennui and maybe even disgust.
Okay. Okay, awesome. So I have to ask, what was your favorite scene in Inside Out 2? Which part you liked the most?
That anxiety was trying to make 3 goals at the sports camp. I like how good she was scoring those 2 goals.
Okay. So in that case, anxiety was trying to help her, right?
Yeah,
In
more
hockey,
more like protecting her too.
protecting her. Yeah.
Yeah, helping it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. And we talked about this, like anxiety.
It's like hyperactivity
Yeah. And we talked about,
along with anger.
yeah. And we talked about that it can seem good for a little while,
But for other
for
times,
a long time.
yeah, but for other times, it can be very bad, and
Yeah.
sometimes like it can also insult other people.
Insult other people, and it can also hurt you. Remember, we worked on our vocabulary words this morning, and we talked about stress and chronic stress, and that can be caused from having anxiety all the time.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. One thing that they mentioned, and we haven't talked about, they mentioned what is a belief. I don't know if you remember that in the movie where
Oh, I know.
yeah.
Well, I have as much, I have the same amount of beliefs used as Riley has. Like, I'm selfish, I'm kind, I'm not good enough, I'm a good person, need to fit in, I want to be myself, brave, get scared, and many more.
Okay. Yeah. And then what do you remember what led to her beliefs?
By just putting all those bad memories, forming bad beliefs, and turning out to mostly other good beliefs.
Yeah, so our thoughts, what we think about.
Sometimes when I'm in bed, I talk the same thing that Joy talked about, Riley, about myself that I like.
Okay, so you think about things that you like before you go to bed?
Well, I actually talk to myself a lot at night.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So, but you talk about things that are good so that you can.
I also say some things that are bad about myself, but I told myself that every bit of me makes me who I am.
Yeah, it does. And that's part of loving ourselves, right?
Right.
Okay. How can I help you with your emotions? Is there something that I can do as you think about, anxiety? You said was what you most identified with, and then joy. What are some things that I can do to help you?
Well, you could I believe sometimes you could be unnecessarily tough so fast without even letting me finish what I was about to show you or was about to say, and it just gets me more anxious and frustrated.
Okay.
Yeah, because I felt like this is always gonna happen every time I come back home with some homework.
Okay, so maybe I can slow down to give you time to process information?
Yes.
Okay.
What about you? How can I help?
I know that I asked for hugs.
Well, I could like maybe help you a little more?
Yeah, maybe around the house and kind of picking up and cleaning up after yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, we're gonna go now. But it was really nice talking about the
The movie, right?
talking about the movie and like
Emotions.
the emotions, what we can do to help calm ourselves. Oh, and listen, parents, if you ever struggle with helping children calm down, do the same thing and ask them things if they see that movie too.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, I'm Caleb, and my mother signing off.
Yes.
Peace.
Peace. But I also want you to share about your YouTube. Where can they find you on YouTube?
Well, just search The Commodore Family, and then you'll find it and you'll subscribe.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.